Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you decided to come join me here. We got a great show today. Let's go. I need to start at the beginning. I need to start where I typically will never start. I know what you're expecting me to say, but I'm not going to say it because I have something I absolutely, positively have to get off my chest. Because I don't know how many of you were watching boxing last night, but I've been watching boxing since Muhammad Ali, or I should say Cassius Clay. I've been watching boxing for a very, very long time. In fact, it's the first thing I remember ever watching on TV was boxing, and I was watching it in black and white. Yeah, that's how old I am. Yeah. But I digress. Anyway, last night was an amazing event, and I'm not even talking about. We'll talk about the so-called main event, but the co-main event between Taylor and Serrano is what I want to talk about, because I didn't know much about either one of them. I knew a little bit. I knew that they were each champions. I saw them briefly, and after winning this fight or that fight, I saw it, but I wasn't in depth into knowing both their careers. But last night, I can tell you right now, I became a Serrano fan. And if you are a fan at all of sports, if you're a fan, especially if you're a fan of boxing, last night was the golden ring. Last night you got to see Serrano facing the multi-champion Taylor. It's hard to even put it into words what kind of fight this woman put up. This Serrano was spectacular, and I want you to understand you rooted for her even more because Taylor was, I don't even know how else to say it, she was fighting as dirty as I've ever seen a fighter fight and not get disqualified. How she managed to finish that fight and not get disqualified, that ref should never do a fight ever again. Because let me tell you something, Taylor over and over and over and over again head-butted Serrano in the face. When you box, you don't box with your head like this, leaning in with your head. She already busted open her eye one time, and the judge, the referee, went on even after she got busted up open with a headbutt. Even after that, he warned her 7 more times. 4 more times after he took a point away. 4 more times he said, the head, the head, the head. He should have called the fight because of Taylor's headbutting, she opened a gash on Serrano. I don't think I'd have to really think about it. I don't think I've seen a cut that bad ever. Not even on TV. I mean, not even in the movies. I mean, it was a gash like you can't even describe. I don't even know how many stitches it took to close that thing. But even after that, the girl kept leading with her head and kept banging her in the face with her head. But even despite that and getting a point taken away, Serrano was the clear winner. She was the aggressor. She hit her. They did the punch total numbers. She hit Taylor over 100 times more. I'm not even joking. Over 100 times more. And the judge gave the fight to Taylor. It made absolutely no sense. It was pure highway robbery. And the woman, Taylor, should have been disqualified anyway because over and over and over again, headbutt, 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 again and again and again. Like her trainer said for Serrano, she's been in 40 fights, 40 professional top-level fights, and has never been cut once. Not a single cut ever. We've now fought this woman twice, and she's opened up huge gashes in her face because she fights with her frickin' head. So, I wish there was a better outcome. I really do, because Serrano lost. How she lost on points with those judges, like I said, when you get hit 100 times more, Serrano hit Taylor 100 times more and still lost the fight with all 3 judges, even after getting a point taken away. They saw a completely different fight. But this much I can tell you. I'm a Serrano fan now. I can't wait till Serrano fights again. Because I can promise you one thing. I will be watching that fight, and I will be cheering on Serrano. I will be cheering on the Puerto Rican Dream. Because let me tell you something. She showed me more guts, more heart than just about any male fighter. I mean, I didn't even think about the fact that I was really watching a women fight. I was just watching a great fight. And I was watching a great fighter in Serrano. And if today, after watching that fight yesterday, if you're not waking up a Serrano fan, there's something wrong with you. But welcome to the Dray Way. Let me know what you think in the comments. You're not going to change my mind, but I want to know what you think in the comments. What did you see? Do you think Serrano won that fight? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. We got a lot more to talk about. Stay with me. And welcome to the Dray Way. You can hit the subscribe button now. No, really, hit the subscribe button. Okay. We got to talk about the co-main event, the big main event, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Even if you haven't seen the fight, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And what happened in that fight is absolutely nothing. What you saw was basically a choreographed dance. And you watched 2 people get away with doing very little and walking away with $60 million. $40 million for Jake, $20 million for Tyson. I'm glad Tyson has $20 million and can now enjoy the rest of his life. He's got enough money. He should never step in a ring again. Tyson was able to do very little. It didn't even look like his legs worked, to be honest with you. Give Jake Paul all the credit in the world, not for being a boxer or a great boxer, just for the promotion of it all, just for the spectacle of it all. Because I feel like we all got our money's worth with the earlier fight with Serrano. I mean, that fight was absolutely spectacular. So there was no way that fight was going to equal what we just saw anyway. But from a strictly a marketing standpoint, it was good for Netflix. It was good for Jake. It was good for Tyson. But yeah, Tyson should never get in the ring again, because if Jake Paul wanted to, Jake Paul could have done whatever he wanted to a 58-year-old Tyson, because 58 is simply too old. And Tyson looked older than me. I'm actually older than Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson last night looked much older than I did. And yeah, you know, let's remember him the way he was. Let's not see that whole spectacle again. But I'm glad he got $20 million. Jake, great job at promoting himself and doing his thing. Does he really want to step into the ring with real boxers now? Dude, if you can make up these matches and I mean, and walk away with $40 million, I wouldn't be too worried about becoming a real fighter. Yeah, real fighters get really injured, you know. And I think you're going about it just the exact... You just got paid $40 million to do a dance for 2 times 8 for 16 minutes. You just danced around for 16 minutes and you just made $40 million. So I would say that was a pretty wise choice. And I would stay along those choices. What I wouldn't do is go against a top 5 ranked fighter, because a top ranked 5 fighter is going to hurt you, especially if you're at a heavyweight. You want to step into the heavyweight division with somebody that's a top 5 heavyweight. Yeah, that would be a really, really bad idea. But that was my take on it. Like I said, Mike, don't ever get in the ring again. Jake, good marketing job. And I guess we got what we were pretty much most of us thought we were going to get. We got a gentle little dance. But let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dray Way. I'm not finished yet. I have another thought for you. Stay with me. I've been getting a whole bunch of mail, a whole bunch of comments, and everybody asking me about the Donald Trump, people that he's appointing to. And trust me when I tell you, what Donald Trump is doing right now, it's only going to get worse. It's not like the other positions that he's going to fill, the people are going to get any better. All right? But I want you to know that whether he knows it or not, he's already damaged himself already by trying to put somebody into the position that everyone knows isn't qualified, like Tulsi Gabbard, like the guy from Fox News, Pete Hegseth, or however you say his name. And then, of course, Matt Gaetz, who isn't qualified to do basically anything. And why would you want to put him any place when he was having sex with a minor? Yeah, that's just kind of weird. So Trump has already damaged his presidency. So I think what the plan is now is I think Republican senators are going to try to keep Trump at bay for the first couple of years. And I would be surprised if senators and people around the world and stuff like that weren't kind of hoping for the midterm election to get here as soon as possible, because in all likelihood in the midterms will go blue. And when the midterms go blue, the Donald Trump presidency is essentially over. And a lot of you have asked me if that happens, if we were to turn the House blue in 2026, what would that mean for the Trump presidency? I think Trump would end it. And when I say end it, I think Trump would probably just leave and leave the presidency to J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance would then pardon Trump for anything and everything, a blanket pardon. And Trump would go be a 80-year-old man free to go to any of his places and do whatever. I think that's a very strong possibility. I think that is what Donald Trump would have planned, because the last thing Donald Trump wants to do is be in office for a couple of years with Democrats in control of the House, because the Democrats will come after Trump, because there is no question, there is no doubt that Trump will do something illegal while in office, and Democrats will feel obligated to go after him. So for him just to avoid all of that mess, what do I think Donald Trump will do? I think Donald Trump will say, hey, J.D. Vance, you give me a pardon. I walk out the door. You're now president for the next 2 years. I go play golf. You and the Heritage Foundation do whatever it is you want to do. And I'm out of here. See you later. Bye. And oh, by the way, just give me a pardon just for the heck of it. Even though the Supreme Court has said anything I do here, I can do pretty much anything. Just give me a pardon anyway. So those are my thoughts on that whole thing. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear about it. Thanks for joining me on the Dray Way. We have a lot of things going on this weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you about them tomorrow. So make sure you join me right here at the Dray Way tomorrow. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you later.